If you've practiced with me before, you've done this little exercise that we're about to do here. So bring your fingertips, so you're gonna find your ribs here on your front body. And let's first take a few breaths. So inhale deeply, and then exhale through your mouth, HA. Again, inhale it all the way in and up. And then exhale, push it all out, HA. Inhale, next one, even bigger, feeling those ribs lift and spread, breathing even into your back body. And then exhale, open your mouth like you're fogging up a window. Then seal your lips. Breathe in and out through your nose. And then bring your attention to your fingertips that are on your ribs here, this inner edge that comes down away from your sternum, down into your ribs. And for a lot of us, when we lie on our backs, they'll pop out a little bit, right? And you can find sort of a bigger arch in your low back. And what we want to do here is we're going to engage that transverse abdominis. So we're going to start to pull your ribs in. And you're going to start, it's like rotating your rib cage so that your back, where the lowest ribs on your back, start to press down into the mat. And that'll make those front ribs sink down. And you'll feel that engagement that has to happen. It's not a rectus abdominis engagement, right? It's not your six pack. It's a much more subtle, it's that corset that wraps around your spine. So you're going to start to engage that, pushing your low back ribs down into the mat and squeezing your ribs in. Then bring your feet together. And you're starting to find a lengthening of your tailbone forward towards your heels. Right? Again, there's a little bit of space in the small of your back, but not much, right? This is pretty engaged. Then bring your arms overhead and notice whether your ribs started to flare out. So the moment your arms went up, did they lift? You're going to pull them back in. So squeeze those ribs down, squeeze the back ribs down. It may even cause your arms to float a little bit up off of the mat. Right, so most of us, a lot of us don't have the shoulder mobility to maintain your transverse abdominis and have your arms strong and straight overhead, hitting the floor behind you. So if your arms float up a little bit, that's okay. Start to find some energy in your legs. Your kneecaps are gonna lift, your quads are gonna engage. You're gonna pull your belly button in and just snap it to your spine. Then start to lift your feet 6 inches off the mat, lift your arms. Your shoulder blades are nice and loose. They're not touching the mat either. Keep pulling that belly in. Hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax it down. Breathe into that front body. And exhale it out, HA. At the end of your exhale, pull your ribs in and keep them there. You're going to pull your belly button and lift your legs, lift your arms. Really trying to lengthen, lift for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let it go. Inhale. You can let those ribs flare. Just pull it in. And exhale, send it out. The end of your exhale keeps pulling it in, squeeze it in, lift your legs, lift your arms. I know you're wondering, how many of these are we going to do, Anna Maria? We're doing 5 for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Big inhale. And exhale all the way out. At the end of that exhale, keep pushing, 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 pushing. Lift your arms, lift your legs. Try to pull your belly button into your spine. Hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let it go. Big inhale. And exhale it all the way out. Start to pull your ribs in. Lift your legs, lift your arms. This is our last one. Pull it in. Don't let your belly puff out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let it go. And bring your knees into your chest. Give them a nice squeeze. We're going to send your feet straight up. Bring your hands behind your ears. Chin is going to stay lifted. Gaze is going to stay lifted. Start to squeeze your ribs to your hips and lower it down. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. Go for 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to hold at the top. Do some little pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Head and shoulders relax down. Bring your knees about 90 degrees. You can point your toes if you like. You can flex them too. It doesn't matter. Bring your hands next to your hips. And we're going to find that same engagement. So even as you're here, I want you to pull and engage, right? So pull those ribs down. Bring your back ribs down to the mat. Hold that. And see if you can maintain that entire integrity of your core as you send that right leg out and pull it back. Right leg out, left leg out, and back. 10, left, 9, left, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, you got this, 2, and 1. Bring your hands behind your ears, straighten your legs, and this time we'll add a twist and a little twist, like you're trying to twist your legs like a twisty tie, and back to center. Left, lift, right, down, lift, left, down, lift. Got 5, 4, 3. I'm missing my obnoxious music right about now, guys. 2. My non-yoga music. And 1, last one. Bring your knees in. We're going to rock and roll all the way up and find a tabletop position. Bring your knees underneath your hips. Bring your wrists underneath your shoulders. And we'll just sink your belly and sort of linger in that first cow pose. Maybe stretching your chin forward. Oh, that feels good. Next, exhale, round your back. Come into cat. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Inhale into cow. Oh, we're gonna get a visit. Exhale, hi baby. Okay. Next, inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, hips high and back. For downward facing dog. Pedal out your heels. You can shift your hips out left and right. Hi. Lift up your heels. We'll roll it forward to plank pose. Lower halfway. Push it right back up to plank and send it back. Do 4 more of those. We're just warming up those wrists and their shoulders. Bring it forward. Exhale it down. Inhale it up. And exhale it back. For 3. Send it back. For 2. Back. Last one, we're gonna hold chaturanga, so come halfway down. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down, untuck your toes, and find your baby cobra, rolling your shoulders back, no weight in your hands. And we'll send it back to downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look forward, and step or lightly float to the top of the mat. Separate your feet, hip distance apart. We'll hang for ragdoll. Tuck your pinkies into your elbow creases. You can let your head be heavy. You can sway left and right. We'll release that right hand right below your face. Soften your right knee, straighten that left leg, and reach your left arm up to the sky. And then we'll bring that left hand down. Bring your right arm up to the sky. Soften your left knee, straighten that right leg. And we'll bring that right hand down, heel toe your feet together. Inhale, push through your feet. I think I'm gonna get cut off pretty significantly. Yes, inhale it up. And exhale, hands at heart center. Sit into chair pose. Inhale up. And come into chair kind of early today. Sit your hips back. Use the strength of your upper back to lift your arms. If it feels good to look up, you can look up. Bring your hands to heart center and fold. Again, inhale, push through your feet, reach it all the way up. And exhale, sit back into your chair a little bit lower. Use the strength of your upper back to lift. Don't know dumping in your belly, so pull it in. Toes are light, weight is in your heels. And we'll fold. Bend your knees, see if you can get them as low as your see if you get your hips as low as your knees, and then reach your arms up. So this is a little bit more of a deeper chair than we usually take. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fold. Again, lower your hips, lift your arms, reach it up, and exhale, fold. Inhale, hips low, arms high, and exhale, fold. We're gonna do 5 more of these. Each time those hips are a little bit lower. Inhale, reach, and exhale it down. Inhale, hips low, arms high, and exhale it down. Inhale, hips low, arms high, oh, and lower it down. We got 1 more. Inhale, hips low, arms high. Hold it here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Plant your hands, step your feet back to plank pose. We'll take a right side plank. Right hand down. Left arm goes up to the sky. You can look up at that left hand. You can always step your left foot if you need to modify. Or you can lift up that left leg. If you want to intensify, we'll hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that left hand down. We'll find the other side. Roll onto the outside of your left foot. Reach your right arm up. Maybe start to lift that right leg. Reach your right fingertips overhead and hold it. Squeeze it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right hand comes down. Find your plank. Lower halfway. Move through your vinyasa. Inhale. Push your heart through your arms. Find your upward facing dog. And exhale. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot between your hands. Nice, Cindy. Inhale it up. Crescent lunge. Bring your left hand over to your left hamstring and reach your right arm up to the sky. So really finding a stretch along that left hip flexor. Inhale it up through center.
Yes.
And exhale, plant your hands. Step your left foot forward to meet your right. Inhale, hips low, arms high. And exhale, hands to heart center. Let's twist to the right. Roll that right shoulder back. Pull your navel in, knees, or even if you want to open up your arms, you can. We'll bring your hands back together. Look down at that right foot and start to pick up your left heel. Finding a little balance here. Knees are still squeezing together. And then place that left foot, back of the mat, land in your twisted crescent. Inhale, center, arms reach up. And exhale, hands find the mat. Step your right foot back, any vinyasa you like. We'll meet down, facing down. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, left foot between your hands. Inhale it up for crescent. We'll drop that right arm back and reach your left arm over. Feeling a nice big stretch along that right hip flexor. Inhale, arms up through center. Bring your hands to heart center. We're gonna step that left foot next to your right, find your chair. And exhale, fold. Inhale, push through your feet, reach it all the way up. Grab your left wrist, try to poke the ceiling, and we'll bring that left arm over to the right, squeezing that right side of your waist. Come back in. To center, switch. Grab your right wrist, reach it all the way up, and then we'll come over to the left, hips go to the right. Come back up through center. Release your hands behind your back, roll your shoulders back, send your hips forward, and we'll find a little back bend there. Come back in through center, reach your arms up, sit back into your chair. This time we'll twist to the left. Left hand pushes down into your right. I'm gonna even out my knot a little bit. You can open up your arms if you did that on the other side. Bring your hands back together. We'll keep your twist and pick up your right heel. Maybe shifting your gaze to that left foot. And then lightly placing that right foot in the back of the mat. Roll that left shoulder back, landing in your twisted crescent. Inhale through center, arms reach up. And exhale, hands find the mat. Step your left foot back to meet your right. Rock forward, lower halfway. Push your heart through and find your downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look forward, float to the top of the mat. Lengthen and fold. Separate your feet, hip distance apart. Grab onto your big toes. Inhale, lift your heart forward. And exhale, hinge at the hips. Elbows go out wide, finding your Padangusthasana. Lifting up your shoulders away from your ears. Rocking more weight into your toes. Release your left hand to your left hip. We're going to soften that left knee and we'll stand up. Holding on to that right big toe. Parutita Hasta Padangusthasana. And send that right leg out to the right. Looking over that left shoulder. Come back in through center. Let go of your foot, don't let it go anywhere. Hands on your hips, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right foot comes down. Inhale, arms reach up. And exhale, hinge at the hips, separate your feet, hip distance apart. This time we'll find a gorilla pose. So pick up the soles of your feet and slide the palms of your hands underneath. Inhale, bend your knees as much as you need to find some length. And then exhale, hinging at the hips, elbows out. They can bend back, your call. Release your hands from underneath your feet. We're gonna bring your right hand to your right hip. We're gonna hold on to that left big toe. Soften your right knee, and we'll stand up. Woo. Hopefully you have a wall, if you're like me. Open it out to the left, heart is lifted, shoulders are back, gaze to the right. Come back into center. Let that foot go. Send it straight out for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That left foot, ooh, comes all the way down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands find the mat. Coming into a Bakasana. If you don't want to, you don't have to. We're gonna bring those knees into your armpits. Look forward, lean forward, pick up your heels and hold it here for 3 breaths. 2. Last one, inhale. On your exhale, shoot it back. Push the earth away, find your upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up, open up the hip. Stacking your right hip on top of your left and then rolling that left hip underneath your right. You can point your right knee all the way up to the sky. Make sure that the shoulders are nice and level. Heart is reaching towards your left thigh. Inhale, square off your hips. Lots of you have done this with me before. We're going to work towards our arm balance. So exhale, bring that right knee to the outside of your right shoulder. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, bring your right knee to the outside of that right shoulder. Bend your arms like chaturanga. Just lay your arm on your leg. Inhale it back. I'll do it this way. Exhale, bring your right knee to the outside of that right shoulder. And then kick it out. Inhale it back. All right, this last time we're gonna go for it. Ready? Bring it forward. Bend your arms, straighten it. Look forward, lean forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale it back. Inhale your right foot between your hands. Sweep it up for warrior 1. I'll meet you there. Inhale, arms up. Interlace your hands behind your back. Inhale, lift. And exhale, we'll find a humble warrior. You can rest that right shoulder right on that right knee. Push through your right heel, reach it all the way up. And then we'll open it up, warrior 2. You can adjust your stance. We'll bring that left hip underneath you, looking out over that right hand. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, side angle. Look, my legs don't move, right? Lunge doesn't move. Inhale, reverse. It's just from the waist up. Exhale, side angle. Inhale it up. Exhale, side angle. Even if I were to take an extended side angle, the legs don't move. Inhale, reverse. One more, exhale, side angle. Hold it here. Start to send your left fingertips forward. Start to reach your right fingertips forward. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And exhale, we'll find Skandasana. So nice big deep bend in that left knee. We're gonna bring those fingertips all the way down. You can flip your right toes up. Find a bind if you wanna reach around that left shin and roll your right shoulder back. Release your fingertips down to the mat, and we'll come over to the other side. Again, if it feels good for you to flip those left toes up, you can. If you want to wrap your arms around this right leg, you can. And then roll your shoulder back. Bring your fingertips back down to the mat. We're going to come into a goddess pose. So heels are in, toes are out. We really want to work on this opening here, right? So for one thing, you want to make sure that those knees are tracking right over your second toe. But we're also going to try and engage your glutes medius. So really finding that external. So you're actively pushing those knees back as you bring your hands to heart center. Press a little bit lower. I'm going to bring my feet in just a little bit. There we go. Get my knees right over my ankles. So a little bit lower, a little bit lower. Hips are about as low as your knees. And we're going to bounce it here. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, you guys are doing so good. 8, I can see you. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, oh, thank God, and 1. Windmill it down, frame that right foot, and step your right foot back to meet your left. Hold your plank. So you can hold your plank here. You can drop to your knees. We're going to take 10 chaturangas. And I'm not going to make you do them really slow like I do sometimes. We're just going to bang them out. Okay, here we go. Rock forward. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Push it back. Downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Bring your left heel heavy to the mat. We'll just drape that right foot behind your left leg. Push forward with your hands. Then bring your right heel down. Bring your left foot behind that right leg. Melt your heart back. Just let your head be heavy. We'll bring that left heel back down. We're going to get ready for a little arm balance sequence on the left side. So inhale your left leg up. And exhale, bring that left knee all the way to the outside of that left shoulder. Inhale it back. The outside of your left shoulder, bend your arms like chaturanga, just lay your leg down. Inhale it back. Exhale, bring your left knee all the way and straighten it. All right, here we go. Remember, that right leg's not gonna lift itself. You gotta commit. Bring it forward. Bend your arms, look forward, lean forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale it back. Nicely done. Left foot between your hands. Warrior 1. Hi. I'm gonna face the other way, so I'm not gonna turn my booty to you. As we go through this, interlace your hands behind your back, opposite thumb on top, the way that feels weird. Inhale, lift it tall, and then we'll find a humble warrior. So bring your left shoulder to your left knee. Arms come overhead. Push through your left heel. Reach it all the way up, and we'll open it up for warrior 2. Tuck that right hip underneath you. Bring your left knee over that left ankle. Looking out over that left hand. Inhale, reverse. Staying just as low in your lunge. Exhale, bring it to side angle. Legs don't move. Push through your left heel, reach it all the way up. Reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. One more. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, side angle, hold. Slide off the mat. Nice and deep lunge in that left side. Start to send your right fingertips overhead. Start to send your left fingertips overhead for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, reverse. Whew. And windmill it down. Find your plank. We're gonna lower the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Untuck your toes. Bring your right arm long out to the right. We're gonna bring that left hand underneath your left shoulder. Start to push onto that right side. And we'll bring that left foot behind you. If you have a super open shoulder, you can always bring both, but you know, be careful. You can also interlace your hands behind your back, if that's something you wanna do. But be careful. Shoulders hold a grudge. You don't want to make them angry. We'll come back onto your belly and we'll find the other side. So bring your left arm out, push into your right hand, roll onto that left side of your hip. We'll bring that right foot behind you. You can always bring that, not today. Bring that right hand behind you too. And then we'll come back to center. Push into your hands, curl your toes under. We're gonna lift up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, send it back. Step your right foot between your hands and hold your low runner's lunge. See if you can plant your hands down onto the mat. So in order to do that, in order to have your foot between your hands and still be pushing it down, you need to learn how to really protract your shoulder blades. So that means my shoulder blades are so pulled apart from one another, they're actually on the side of my body. Coming high up onto the ball of your left foot, see if you can push into your hands and switch your feet, keeping your hands flat. How'd that go? Good? We're gonna do it again. Here we go. Push and switch. Push and switch. Push and switch. Push and switch. One more. Land with your right foot forward. Sweep it up, crescent. Bring your hands to heart center. We're gonna lean it forward, step into that right foot, and lift your left leg for a warrior 3. You can bring your arms behind you if you like. And then we'll let those right fingertips go down. Left fingertips go up. Find your half moon. Really stacking that left hip on top of your right. Soften that right knee. And we'll step it back. Woo. Sorry, Cindy, did I scare you? Warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, triangle. Straighten that right leg. We're gonna hop that left foot forward. Bump your left hip out. Start to reach forward with your right fingertips and bring that right hand down. Bring your left arm up. If it's available to you, you can look up at that left hand. Really pulling that navel in, really rolling that left shoulder back. Soften your right knee as you stand up. And we'll just reverse that triangle. So let your left fingertips walk down your left leg. And reach your right arm up and over. Come back to center. Pivot on your right heel. Both feet are parallel. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Come forward for a wide-legged forward fold. Once you find the mat, inhale, push your way, lengthen. And exhale, start to walk your fingertips in line with toes, elbows bend back. Some of you might want to drop and take it upside down. If you're upside down, start to make your way back. We'll bring that right hand, hi honey, right below your face and reach your left arm up to the sky and find your twist. Bring your left hand down, bring your right arm up to the sky. Bring your right hand down, pivot on your heels. We're gonna frame that right foot and send your right foot back to meet your left. Hold your plank. Lower down to your forearms. You can wiggle those toes back if you need to. Start to pull your belly in. Strong arms, strong legs. Eliminate the valley between your shoulder blades, but then allow your collarbones to broaden. Hold it here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Push into your left hand, push into your right. I'm not going to make you do those over and over. And send your hips back. You're welcome. You can thank me later. Inhale your left leg up. And exhale, left foot between your hands. Hold it here. All right, here's our second chance at these. Start to push into your hands. Protract your shoulder blades. Strong right leg. Switch your feet. Again, switch, switch. 3. Left foot forward. Inhale it forward, up to crescent lunge. Reach it up. Your hands to heart center. We're gonna lean it forward and step in to your warrior 3. Lifting your right leg up. Think about spinning the inside of that right leg up to the sky. And then we'll bring those left fingertips down. Bring your right fingertips up. Really stack that right hip on top of your left. Arms in one long line. Soften that left knee. We'll step it back. And find your warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. Straighten that left leg. Bump your right hip out. You can walk that right foot in slightly. Start to pull that left hip under you as you bump your right hip out. Start to reach your left fingertips forward. And we'll bring that left hand down and your right arm up to the sky. Roll that right shoulder back. Find just a squeeze of your shoulder blades on your back, looking up at that right hand if that's available to your neck. And if it's not, just look down. We'll soften that left knee slightly, lift it all the way up, and reverse your triangle. Reaching your left arm up and over. Then we'll soften that left knee. And we're going to windmill it all the way down. And hold your plank. One more side plank. Right hand comes down. Left arm goes up. Any variation you like. This one's short. For 3. For 2. For 1. Left hand comes down. Find the other side. Right arm goes up. Lift your right leg. Reach your right fingertips forward. For 3, 2, 1. Right hand comes down and send your hips back for downward facing dog. So you can hold here, or if you are one of my handstanders in the class, we're going to take 10 tuck jumps. So they look like this. And if you're new to handstand, they can be little, right? Just bringing your knees into your chest. If you've got a pretty solid handstand, you're going to bring your hips over. You can hold, but you got to hold your tuck, okay? Otherwise, you're just going to tuck. and bring it back. Okay? 10 of them. I want to see them. I'm going to look at these. For those of you who have your camera on. Nice. Oh, I see you. Beautiful. 4 more. Nice. Nice, Kelly. Beautiful. All right, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Awesome. Very good. Find your down dog. We're gonna jump through your hands. So again, if you're not a jump through your hands kind of person, then you're just gonna find a seat. Those of you who are, you're gonna look, imagine where your feet would land, and send them there. Bring your knees. Give them a nice squeeze. Plant your hands. Don't let your feet touch. Pick it up. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Hold in your knees. 2 more. Squeeze tight. Pick it up. Hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Squeeze it in tight. 1 more. Don't let those feet touch. Lift it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo. Bring your feet to the mat. We're going to roll it back. Plant your heels. We're going to find some bridges. So start to lift your hips up. And I've been doing these a lot. Kim can testify to that because this is part of my physical therapy for my hamstrings. So you're joining me today. So I want you to really be pushing through your heels of your feet. And then I want you to, so think less about a yoga bridge where you're finding this big arch, this big lift, right? I want you to think more about being at the gym and doing hip lifts with weights. So you're going to continually keep your ribs pulled in, right? Because you don't want to find a big back bend and start activating your erector spinae, which are the little arching muscles of your back. You want to find a tuck of the tailbone even as you push into your heels. So join me, push into your heels, find that tuck, pull your ribs in, your hands can stay just next to you, elbows pushing down into the mat. Bring your fingertips onto your hip points and not letting either one of those hip points drop. You're going to send your right foot straight out and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Find your bridge. Tuck your tailbone, pull your ribs in, push through your heels. Feel your right heel pushing down into the mat. Send that left leg out. Don't let your left hip drop. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Left heel comes down. One more time. Tuck, engage, push through your left heel, send it out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your right heel back. Tuck, lift, engage. Right heel presses down, the left leg goes forward for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Bring your knees in. Give them a squeeze together. We're going to rock and roll, front and back. Balance on your sacrum when you get up. Lift it, lift it, lift it. Hold it. Lift your heart. Roll your shoulders back. Pull your knees in. Start to lift your feet. Maybe lift your arms. Maybe lift your gaze. Why not? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your feet back down. We're going to find Vinyasa A. So bring your left foot long in front of you. We're going to bring that right heel in. Bring your rib cage to the inside of that right shin. So hug your right knee in. We'll start to send those arms out like wings in front of your right shin, and then we'll clasp behind your back. Fold over your left leg. Right foot forward, left heel in. Bring your rib cage to the inside of that left shin. We'll send your arms out wide. And we'll clasp behind your back. And fold over your right leg. And then we'll sit up tall. Send your left foot forward. Bring your right leg out. Bring your right hand behind you. We're just going to hug that left knee in, roll that right shoulder back. And then we'll unwind. Send your right foot forward. Bring your left heel in. And we'll just hold that right knee in. Bring your left hand behind you. And find a twist. Then we'll unwind, let it go. Right knee forward, send that left leg back. We'll find a pigeon pose. You can get there any way you like. You know, if you love to go through down dog, you can bring it back first and then swing that right knee. You know, for some of you, that momentum is kind of important to get into that pose. We'll walk that left foot back. Bring your right hand right in front of you. We're going to reach back with that left hand and just pick up your left foot and pull it in. And roll your left shoulder back. And then see if you can roll this left hip back down. So squaring off your hips. We'll release that left foot. Sit up nice and tall. Reach your heart up. And then hinge at the hips and come all the way down. And then push into your hands. We'll curl those left toes under and send your right leg back and make some nice big movements here. Probably can't hear it through the headset, but those of you who know me know that everything is cracking and really loud, all of my joints right now. Inhale your left leg up. We'll bring that left knee forward, left foot over to the right, and start to walk those right toes back and finding your pigeon. Sitting up nice and tall. We'll bring that left hand in front of you. Bring your right foot in and we'll reach back with that right hand. If you want the quad stretch, you don't have to. If there's another variation of this pose you like to take, like a mermaid or king pigeon, you can do that too, or even a half frog. And we'll release that right foot. Bring your hands on either side. Sit up tall. And then hinge at the hips. And then spend a few breaths here. And then bring your hands underneath your shoulders. We'll curl those right toes under and send that left leg straight back. Make some nice big movements. Just trying to get some circulation back into your hip and your knee. And then come on to your knees. I think everyone here might even be on carpet. So you can bring your knees out wide of your mat. We're going to come into a frog. So maybe coming down onto your forearms and trying to line up your knees even with your hips and your heels straight back from your knees. Be careful, just like shoulders, groin muscles hold a grudge. You do not want to move too quickly into this pose. So take your time. And maybe with each exhale, just finding a millimeter more of surrender, of depth. And then we'll come out of this pose by moving forward. Bringing your legs back together. Bring that right forearm and just lay it at an angle right in front of you and reach that left foot back. You can grab for the outside if that feels pretty good. You're just going to try and pull slightly on that left foot as you put your left heel down onto the mat. So this is like a baby not trying that hard bow pose, right? I mean, if you want to work hard, you can lift it up. But it's really just trying to find a little bit of an opening of your hip flexor since we just crunched it doing a pigeon. And let go of your foot. Allow your left forearm to just go to an angle in front of you. We'll pick up that right foot and then roll that right hip back. Really push your right hip point down as you pull your foot in. And then release your foot. We're going to flip over like a pancake. Come onto your back. Pull your knees in. Give them a nice squeeze together. Rock and a roll. Send your left leg. You can either send it long or you can keep it bent. We're going to send that right heel up to the sky. Reaching for the back of that right leg anywhere you can get, right? If you're super bendy, you can always grab your right big toe and bring your leg overhead and find a huge opening. I'm looking at you, Teresa and Chantel. You guys can do that. If you're like me and not that mobile, you can maybe grab for the back of your leg somewhere, maybe straighten that left leg and find a little bit of opening here. And then we'll bend that left knee and roll back down onto the mat. Pull your right knee in. If your left leg is bent, we're going to straighten it and take a supine twist. So just allow that right knee to go over to the left. You can reach your right arm long to the right. You can tuck those right toes behind your left knee. If you're really open and you've got the space where you are, you can always grab for that outside of that right foot too and kick it out. Find a more intense variation of this pose. And then we'll come back into center. We'll bring that left knee in. Give them both a squeeze together. Send that right leg long. If you need to keep it bent, you can keep it bent. We're going to send that left leg high up to the sky and find a hamstring stretch on this left side. And if it's too much to keep your leg straight, you can always bend it. And then head and shoulders find the mat. If your right leg is bent, you could straighten it out. We'll bend that left knee and allow it to go over to the right. Extend your left arm long to the left. And then we'll come back into center. Bring both knees in one more time. Maybe find a little ball here. And send everything long for Shavasana. We're going to stay here for 1 minute. So maybe tuck your shoulder blades one by one underneath your body. You can let your arms go out, palms face up. Just let your toes flop out. You take 3 more nice, deep, intentional breaths. Breathing deeply, we'll inhale for 3, 2, 1. Open your mouth, send it out, HA. All the way. Inhale again, all the way in. Feel the lift of your ribs. Really pull the air in, hold it. And exhale, HA. Last one, inhale. Pick up everything that no longer serves you. Pick it up, gather it up right now. And as you exhale, let it go. Any stress, any anxiety, just let it go. We'll bring your knees into your chest. Give them a little squeeze, maybe a little rock left and right. And then we'll roll over to one side. And use your shoulder for a pillow. And then make your way up to a comfortable seat. Bring your hands to heart center. Now bow our chin. Maybe bring your gaze to the tips of your fingers and the tip of your nose. We say a little prayer for everybody out there today. All of the people who are struggling, not just physically and with their health, but financially, and pray that there's resolution soon. I pray that you all stay safe and healthy. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. Truly,